Hello everyone, this is Emma. Beautiful Country. This is a memoir. One of my all-time favorite book is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. And this book, Beautiful Country, reminded me so much of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. It actually happens in the same setting. It's in Brooklyn. America was translated as 美国 in Chinese, which pronunciation can be back translated into Beautiful Country. Yes, Chinese are very generous when naming other countries. The main character, Qian Julie Wang, was born and raised in China. Her parents were both professors back in China. For reasons not explained in this book, his dad decided to immigrate to US, probably on a visitor's visa, and stayed there illegally. Her mom was left behind, and she just turned from this gentle, intelligent mom to a miserable single parent. So after 2 years of continuous effort, mom and daughter finally got their US visa, and they stayed in US, New York, illegally too, for the next 5 years. In New York City, the family lived in poverty, facing constant fear of deportation and the daily struggle of making ends meet, adapting to new culture and new language, find job, trying to merge into a new lifestyle. Qian's mom, a professor in China, ended up working in sweatshops all over New York. Sewing clothes, gutting fish, cutting hairs is humiliating to say the least. And Qian, this little girl, was constantly hungry, but she lied to her mom about getting free breakfast from school, when in fact she could never arrive early enough to get the breakfast. She worked in sweatshops with her mom when she's not at school. She became the family's translator. She's forced to grow up too quickly and too soon. Once she was so hungry, she saw a line forming on the street. Some nonprofit organization was handing out food, and it smelled so good. So she lined up for a very long time. When it's almost her turn, she suddenly got so scared. She remembered her dad telling her not to answer anyone's question, always claim that she was born in US and never interact with officials or cops. She's so scared that they might ask for her ID, so she ran away. Much of her childhood misery were rooted in her parents' choices and her parents' value systems. I cried for that little girl so many times, because we've all been that little girl. The world is vast and confusing. Kids are helpless. The only thing kids can do is to believe in whatever their parents tell them. And at that age, their parents are gods. Their parents' words and choices are the only truth in the universe. In school, she was also marginalized when she said she wanted to go to Harvard Law School. That's back when she was in elementary school. Her white male teacher actually laughed at her. Qian's dad seemed to be the source of all fears in that family. Deep down, he never grew up. He stayed as a scared little boy, traumatized by a life event, and dragged his family to abyss again and again. This again reminded me so much of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. But her mom was a tiger. She's so strong. She did the most demeaning jobs imaginable. She went through a major surgery that lasted 10 hours, and in the meantime, she got her master's degree in computer science. Thanks to this degree and also her non-stop pursuit, she finally found a way to take Qian to Canada. At that time, Canada would give them a legitimate visa. They could finally stop hiding. The story ended there, which I appreciated too. But I did my research. Qian eventually went to Yale Law School. She even came back to New York, and this time living in Upper East Side. She eventually became a US citizen. Some review defined this book as an American dream come true book. I couldn't disagree more. It has nothing to do with the American dream. Again, it's a simple and honest depiction of lives of undocumented immigrants. If you must pick a theme, I'd rather it to be resilience. The resilience to accept and appreciate whatever life throws at you. Life is never fair, but it's up to the individuals to make sense of it. I just read somewhere that the universe itself has no meaning. We human beings give meaning to it. In the final acknowledgement, Qian thanked everyone: her mentally unstable dad, her tiger mom, her grandparents in China. You know what? She even thanked the schools where she was treated indifferently. She thanked the New York public subway system on which she was stalked and humiliated, but because of the subway system, she could go beyond Brooklyn. She could be transferred to a different school. She thanked New York City for whatever torture the city gave her. It also provided free school that take in undocumented immigrants without question, and free libraries for her to explore. She thanked both countries, US and China, that shaped her. I was touched beyond words at that point, because she has every reason to resent the treatment she received, but she didn't. I do not think this last section was hypocritical at all. One can always hold a grudge. One can always blame her past, shed tears about the mistreatment. But one can also say, whatever happened in the past made me who I am today. 5-star rating, a must read. I really, really like this book. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.